This is Ogtv Comprehensive News. I am Tunji Akintayo. On the news, President Muhammadu Buhari canvasses for votes in Ogun State, promises to sustain socio-economic development of the country. Nigeria Judicial Council gives Ononye fresh query over EFCC's petition. Parties in fresh talks as next deadline looms over United States shutdown. The ignorance of one voter in a democracy impairs the security of all. Be civil during the elections. Now the news in full. The All Progressives Congress-led federal government will dedicate governance more to the yearnings of the common people and sustain the socio-economic growth of the nation. President Muhammadu Buhari stated this at his re-election mega rally in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, attended by party stalwarts, especially from the southwest. Matthew Showumi reports.
It is a few days to 2019 presidential elections, and President Muhammadu Buhari is winding up his re-election campaign. This mega rally in Ogun State presents a good opportunity for the people to show their love for the president and give him support for his re-election. As early as 10 a.m., the MK Abiola Stadium was already filled up, with the host governor, Senator Ibekunle Amosun, seen going around to ensure the president is given a rousing welcome. The president was received at Okemoson Arcade some minutes before 3 in the afternoon, and he headed straight to the venue of the mega rally, accompanied by the vice president, Yemi Osinbajo, the host governor, Senator Ibekunle Amosun, Ondo State Governor, Rotimi Akeredolu, Lagos State Governor, Akinwumi Ambode, Oyo State Governor, Senator Abiola Ajimobi, and the All Progressives Congress National Chairman, Comrade Adams Oshiomhole. Leaders of the party, Chief Bisi Akande and Ahmed Bola Tinubu, were already on ground to receive the president. All Progressives Congress Chairman in Ogun State, Chief Deyin Adebiyi, was the first to welcome the president with an assurance that the state is fully ready to re-elect him. Director General of Re-election Campaign of President Buhari, Rotimi Amechi, says the president is determined to consolidate the achievements recorded in his first tenure in office. Host Governor Senator Amosun declares that President Buhari has done a lot for the nation and Ogun State, adding that this is why he should be re-elected. The governor challenges the people to show to the rest of the country that the president belongs to the state by voting en masse for him on Saturday. National Chairman of APC, Comrade Adams Oshiomhole, asked that President Buhari will achieve more in his second term, while Vice President Yemi Osinbajo assures that the president will fulfill all the promises made to the people. President Muhammadu Buhari says the people should judge his administration by his performance in the last 4 years. He then officially asked for their votes in the Saturday election. The 2019 general election in Nigeria will start on Saturday, 16th of February, with both presidential and National Assembly elections. Matthew Shomi, Ogtv News.
In the meantime, women in Ogun State have expressed their support for President Muhammadu Buhari in his re-election bid. This came to fore during the All Progressives Congress APC presidential rally held in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. Charity James was at the MKO Abiola International Stadium, Kuto, Abeokuta, venue of the event. A report.
One major sector of human existence is the woman folk, a segment of humans seen to have made their marks in all walks of life, politics inclusive. For the re-election bid of President Muhammadu Buhari of All Progressives Congress APC, women in APC came out to support a man described as Mr. Integrity. From all trades and unions, the women representation showing their total support for Buhari to run for another 4 years in office as Nigeria president, as they urge Nigerians, especially women, to vote for President Muhammadu Buhari in the forthcoming general election.
Once you have been with your people, they have tried you, definitely they know your qualities. He has seen what he has been able to do for his people in the last 4 years, and we believe, especially the corruption. We are not moving anywhere in this country because of corruption. Corruption at the highest level. It has to stop. It has to stop. And what about the infrastructures?
I believe so much in Buhari because he's a man of integrity, a man of his words, a man that when he says yes is yes, and if fear just God and no other person.
On what to expect from Muhammadu Buhari if re-elected come February 16, 2019, some women in the APC say the development of Nigeria is topmost in his political agenda.
The program is targeted at the poor and lowly. It's working on the level of poverty in this nation. It's doing a lot in the social intervention programs, and then that is getting to the grassroots. We want to discourage a situation where only a few will just hold on to the wealth of this country, and then for that reason he deserves to have another 4 years to be able to do more.
We want them to return Baba Buhari for another 4 years, so that 4 plus 4 will be 8.
Charity James, Ogtv News.
Governor Ibikunle Amosun of Ogun State, immediately after hosting the presidential campaign of the All Progressives Congress, addressed the press to thank President Muhammadu Buhari for the honor done the state at the campaign. He promised to deliver the stage for the president come February 16th. He used the medium to address some issues which happened on the campaign ground.
Well, my reaction first is to thank the Almighty Lord for his mercies, and to thank President Muhammadu Buhari and the entire those that are in his entourage to Abeokuta this today You know something that I've been saying since, that President Muhammadu Buhari is our father in Ogun State. And clearly, whenever he's here, we are more than eager to have him in our midst. Let me thank the good people of Ogun State, our traditional rulers, our elders, teaming supporter of our great party, APC, and indeed the generality of the good people of Ogun State. You see, today I'm very happy, but let me qualify that happiness, because the people that probably want to subvert the will and wishes of the good people of Ogun State, our people clearly show them today. Indeed, let me put this on record. For the past 3 days, I have been going around, calling meetings, appealing to them, begging them that please, you know President Muhammadu Buhari is our father in Ogun State. He is not our enemy. He's not part of those that want to subvert or subverted the wishes of the good people of Ogun State. You know, I did mention there that ordinarily you will know that babies, our fathers, our mother will say it, that babies are usually carried at the back. But at some situations, when situation arises, you may find us having our baby by the side. And clearly EPM is a product of circumstances. And we've seen it today. The only thing I would tell our people is they should continue to swallow their pride, subdue their anger, and that we should show our anger with our PVC. That is all my plea to them. All of those people that they are zeroing on today, you know, it's like they want to rub it in. It's like you beat somebody and you said he should not cry. And you come there, you say, no, you cannot cry, you are still abusing the person. I've appealed to our people. Of course, they rig them, they know. And clearly you see, I've said it, they cannot win here. President Muhammadu Buhari will win big. Will win big, very big.
In the meantime, the current administration at the federal level will not rest until those who betray public trust are brought to justice. President Muhammadu Buhari handed out the warning at a presidential parley with the Ogun State Traditional Council. Tunde Olaniro reports that the president noted that his promises on security, economic recovery, and fight against corruption will be sustained if re-elected to office. His report.
President Muhammadu Buhari of the most populous Black nation on the planet Earth.
A round of applause welcoming President Muhammadu Buhari into the June 12 Cultural Center, Kuto Abeokuta. It is on the occasion of a parley with the Ogun State Traditional Council.
We rode in the train, standard gauge train, from Lagos, from Iju. We went through Agbado, from Agbado, I think, to Itoki, from Itoki. We got to Kajola, Itori, Wasimi, Oba. We now finally birth at Abeokuta here. That is the work of President Muhammadu Buhari. He is not first president. He was not president before him. But when he came, things that have been moribund for years, he has revived it. So very soon now, from Ipatit to Papalanto to Ilaro to Oja, and it will birth a king in the Hudok. So that is the work of Mr. President. Again, the Badagry, from Badagry to Sokoto, they have awarded 100 kilometers within the corridors of the state. So when you add the two, that is 200 kilometer road that he has awarded.
Governor of Ogun State, Senator Bikola Amosun, outlines the achievements of the federal government, promising to reciprocate the gesture in the February 16 election.
But let me assure you that for us here in Ogun State, we are for you. We are for you not just because of our fight, but because of your performance. Come Saturday, I want all of you, our fathers, please, we have run round particularly Central, have gone to all our works, canvassing for Mr. President and myself and all our other candidates. Please, the only thing we can do to show appreciation for somebody that truly loves us is to return that love with our vote for him.
Chairman of the State Traditional Council, the Alake and paramount ruler of Egbaland, commends the efforts of the president on economic recovery and growth.
We have in the last 1 year worked in close collaboration with the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, in voter education and ensuring that our people collected their permanent voters card, and the duty of ensuring that our people do not sell their votes. This civic education has been the greatest contribution of traditional rulers of these states towards the success of the forthcoming general elections by making those elections free, fair, credible, and devoid of any form of violence.
Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo gives an analysis of the economy under the Buhari administration, saying the general election is about the future of the nation.
Into office in 2015, the president's specific instruction to us was, don't start any new projects. We have enough that has been abandoned or uncompleted. Let us complete what has been abandoned. Just by completing the abandoned projects, we've demonstrated clearly that it is possible in this country with little resources to do so much more. We earned, as I said, 60% less in revenue, 60% less than the previous government. Yet we have put in 2 budget cycles 2.7 trillion into capital, the highest ever in the history of the country, the highest ever, just by earning 60% less.
President Muhammadu Buhari says much have been done in the area of food security and the fight against corruption.
On fighting corruption, that is the most difficult one under the system. But still, we haven't given up. We are steadfast in our determination to make sure that those who abuse trust are brought before the law and are punished.
32 states have so far been visited by President Muhammadu Buhari in his re-election bid ahead of the February 16 polls. Tunde Olaniro, Ogtv News.
And still to come in the news, Nigeria Judicial Council sets up panel to probe Onoghe and acting CJN. More news and reports after this timeout.
Àsìkò ìdìbò dé, ẹni tí a ó dìbò fún ní Senate Ogun Central ní Ìbíkúnlé Amósùn.
Ẹ tẹ́tí kẹ́ wá gbọ́ mi Ogun Central. Mo fẹ́ bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Ogun State o. Gómìnà Amósùn ní ká dìbò fún o. Láti lọ ṣojú wa nílùú Àbújá o. Òun ní ká dìbò fún ní Ogun Central. Gbogbo wa ẹ jẹ́ ká dìbò fọ́mọ Amósùn. Ó ti gbìyànjú fún ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn wa o. Ẹ wá jẹ́ ká dìbò síne fọ́mọ Amósùn. Òun nìkan ní sínétọ̀ f'Ògùn Central ọmọ Amósùn
Ẹ dìbò fún ààrẹ Muhammadu Buhari àti Yemi Osinbajo kí Nàìjíríà lè tẹ̀síwájú.
APC next level.
Welcome back. The Department of State Services, DSS, has enjoined all stakeholders to be law-abiding and observe the rules of engagement to ensure the success of the forthcoming polls. A statement by the Public Relations Officer, National Headquarters, Peter Afunaya, says the DSS will professionally discharge its statutory mandate, reiterating that prospective lawbreakers are forewarned to steer clear of acts capable of undermining national security and stability. The DSS encourages all citizens to responsibly exercise their civic responsibilities without fear, as security measures have been put in place for the safety of lives and property. We're here to observe the elections and not to monitor. This is coming from the former president of Tanzania, Jakaya Kikwete, as he led Commonwealth nations to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, in Abuja. The Commonwealth of Nations Electoral Observer Team has arrived in Nigeria. Former President of Tanzania, Jakaya, chairs the team and he tells INEC their roles on the elections.
After visiting and observing the elections, the preparedness of the elections, the election on election day, how the elections are conducted, how the counting has gone on. We have a reasonable impression of how things have come, and then we'll come up with our report.
I reassure the international community that we'll always learn lessons from international best practice in ensuring that our elections meet not only our national aspirations, but international best practice.
The Commonwealth Observer Team was in Nigeria during the 2015 elections and at the end made 32 points recommendations to improve on the electoral process in Nigeria, including the continuous accreditation voting process, which is now adopted in the 2019 elections. Ahead of the forthcoming general elections, the Ogun State Council of the Nigeria Union of Journalists, NUJ, has organized a debate for candidates aspiring to be the next governor of the state. The debate, which was held at the June 12 Cultural Center, Kuto Abeokuta, featured 7 candidates who discussed issues ranging from politics, education, healthcare delivery, wealth creation, employment generation, among others.
2nd of March 2019 gets closer. The atmosphere is getting frenzier for the governorship election for both the candidates and the electorate. As the 4th estate of the realm, the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Ogun State Council, organized a debate for those eyeing the seat of the #1 citizen of the state. 7 of them came for the event, and as they take their place on the podium, the missile of questions were released.
Important to note that our party has made it mandatory that physically challenged people must be represented at the ward level, polling booth level, as well as the local government and state executive of our party. So we have a 7-point agenda with education on top, followed by health, followed by agricultural road, followed by a look at our border towns. So that
is a state where we would have a year-on-year progressive growth on all human indices, and by that we mean education, health, socio-economic welfare.
In their turn, they itemized what they have to offer the people of the state if elected into office.
After we finish our database within between 4 to 6 months, we'll be able to know how many people we have on the state, and we'll know how to share the revenue. Let me tell you something.
We want to return government back to you, to the people, to run. We want to run a very minimal government.
They also argue over contentious issues.
We're looking at a system where we can work with people in the private sector, private-public partnership, to create a government which has enduring economic value and create individual prosperity.
For my people is welfare, welfare, and welfare.
The objective of the Ogun NUJ debate is to further bridge the gap between these candidates and the electorate as the state joins other states of the Federation in electing a new helmsman for another tenure of office. Tunde Olaniro, Ogtv News.
Action Democratic Party governorship candidate in Ogun State, Right Honorable Sabiru Dimeji Bankole, has assured the residents of the state of mass employment and sustainable good governance if elected as Ogun State Governor in the coming 2019 elections in the country. Right Honorable Dimeji Bankole gave this assurance at the Action Democratic Party Ogun Central Senatorial District Mega Rally organized by the State Central Working Committee of the party at Ake Palace, Abeokuta. Kunle Ibikunle's report is presented in this package.
Addressing eligible voters and residents of the state, Chief Kayode Akintunde enjoins them to vote for his party in the coming general elections. Similarly, Deputy National Chairman of the party, Alhaji Najim Awodele, says the mega rally is put together to intimate the electorate of the party's mission and vision for the state.
Ogun State wọ́n ní ọmọ Ògùn iṣẹ́ yá iṣẹ́ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ fẹ́ yá ní báyìí ìdí ẹ̀ tí mo pé ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ fẹ́ yá ni pé gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọ̀dọ́ ẹ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ fẹ́ ríṣẹ́ ṣe báyìí ni.
The governorship candidate of the party in the state, Right Honorable Sabu Dimeji Bankole, says the party is poised to create mass employment and gender-rural development and qualitative education as well as sustainable growth.
If we continue to neglect the grassroots, there is no way we can develop our state. So our party is concentrated on developing the youth, women at the grassroots and at the local government level.
Other party candidates in the 2019 general elections on the platform of the party equally rolled out their programs for people of Ogun State if elected into office. High point of the event was the presentation of the party flag to the governorship candidate of the party, Right Honorable Dimeji Bankole, as their candidate for the 2019 gubernatorial election in the state.
The Supreme Court has commenced hearing of the 3 appeals filed by the 2 factions of the All Progressives Congress in Rivers State, led by Ibrahim Umar and Ojukaye Amakri. At proceedings this Monday in Abuja, the court heard arguments for and against the ruling of the Court of Appeal, which stayed execution of the judgment by Justice Chinedu Nwogu. Justice Nwogu had in his judgment barred the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) from recognizing the primaries conducted by the Rivers APC, wherein Mr. Tonye Cole and others were nominated to represent the party in the coming general elections. The court is to deliver its ruling on the appeals, which is on the preliminary objection raised by the counsel to APC, Mr. Lateef Fagbemi, urging the court not to hear the appeal filed by Mr. Ibrahim Umar challenging the stay of execution of the judgment by Justice Nwogu. With just few days to this year's presidential and National Assembly elections, individuals and parties seeking political mandate should ensure peaceful coexistence before, during and after the elections. If Idowu seeks the opinion of some stakeholders on how to make the coming general elections a peaceful and credible one. His report.
In many countries, especially those that have recently endured conflict, elections are unfortunately marred by violence, and young people are definitely on the front line. As Nigeria general elections draw near, stakeholders say free, fair and peaceful elections is not hinged on just an individual or political party alone, but on a group of individuals and political leaders to develop a framework for peaceful elections.
Security, they say, is everyone's concern. The police are in the business, but everyone is concerned about security. If you don't report to the police, crimes to the police, there will be no way we can come to your aid or assistance. If you suspect any move that you might think may constitute any nuisance, just report to the police. So if you report in time to the police, they will be able to come to the rescue of any situation in time. Right. So that's a civic responsibility of everyone at home.
What can be done to ensure violence-free elections?
Election period is a very sensitive and an emotional moment. You know what? Just go out there, cast your vote, and respect the other person. Respect people's opinion, and don't be a tool to be used. So it's better we do the right thing, invest in our future, vote our conscience.
Let the election be free and fair. Display civil value, because when you have civil value, you will not fight during the election. You will not make yourself a tout that will be given chunk of money to be fighting because somebody has to win the election. So, what I want the youth, which I'm part of, is to make ourselves positive, to make sure that 2019 election is free and fair.
According to them, in order to ensure a peaceful and successful election, the behavioral pattern of politicians and party members is crucial.
Why we breathe and why we want to stay in the society and why we are even voting is for people that would encourage and uphold the value of peace in our society. That's the essence. So if someone is coming into office and is already preaching and encouraging you to go get violent, that's a wrong candidate. That's not someone to follow. So the consequences of election violence is it will disrupt our peace and it will affect economic growth.
We don't need to look up before we can see the sky. If you engage in violence during election, a lot of things will be destroyed. And that is not what we deserve in Nigeria today.
Nigerians have a crucial role to play to ensure a violence-free 2019 general elections. Ido Fabajo, Ogtv News.
About 42 political parties have threatened not to take part in signing a fresh peace pact ahead of Saturday's presidential elections. They listed 8 conditions that must be included in the document before they will sign. The signing of the accord, which is expected to be witnessed by former United States President Bill Clinton, is slated for Wednesday. But the political parties are asking that the National Peace Committee include 8 conditions in the agreement. They listed the conditions to include a warning that security agencies will not clamp down on opposition leaders ahead of the elections, that what they described as political motivated police posting be changed, and that no election result shall leave polling units without being announced and pasted on the wall in accordance with the Electoral Act, among other conditions. The party's position was contained in a statement signed on their behalf by the chairman of the Action People's Party, Imo Ogo Chinyere, and national chairman of Alliance National Party, Moshood Shitu, national chairman People's Coalition Party, Anthony Hamilton, and national chairman Action Alliance, Kenneth Udeze. The statement also read that 42 political parties are planning to boycott or stage a walkout during the final peace accord signing, bill to be witnessed by former USA President Bill Clinton, unless the National Peace Committee includes conditions for free, fair, and credible election inside the accord. Valuable election materials, including 5,900 voter cards, have been destroyed following a fire incident that engulfed the INEC office in Kwampan area of Plateau State. Head Voter Education and Publicity INEC Plateau State, Osarete Imariobo, who confirmed the incident, said that although the incident was a major setback in the election preparation, it will, however, not stop the conduct of the elections in the area. The incident, Mr. Osarete said the security man on duty had put fire on some obsolete materials evacuated from the store to give room for other materials expected from the state, but due to the heavy wind, the fire razed down the entire offices uncontrollably, destroying all the non-sensitive materials already deployed to the area for the elections.
Our card readers to those areas, so the card readers are not there. I've heard, maybe seen some social media saying that the card readers have been burnt. Not even a single card reader had been sent to Kwampan.
He said that the commission has, however, moved quickly to address the challenge, assuring the people that the election will still hold in that area.
Election from holding there. The only challenges are there are people who are there whose PVCs are about 5,987 that is born. That is where the challenge is.
The Commissioner of Police and the management staff of the INEC were on ground to assess the situation. Items lost in the inferno include 5,000 voter cards and 87 permanent voter cards, 297 ballot boxes, 17 kVA and 135 kVA generators, file cabinets, election forms, stamps, 850 mats for registration area centers. The National Judicial Council (NJC) has ordered the suspended Chief Justice of Nigeria, Walter Onnoghen, to respond to a fresh petition the Economics and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) lodged against him. The suspended CJN was handed 7 days to respond to allegations the EFCC raised against him. The council, which took the decision at the end of its emergency meeting in Abuja, further constituted a preliminary complaints assessment committee to consider responses to both Onnoghen and the acting Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Tanko Mohammed, to various petitions against them. The CJN said it will reconvene on Wednesday. The NJC said it will reconvene on Wednesday to take a final decision on the fate of Justice Onnoghen and Mohammed. The United Nations Rapporteur on the Independence of Judges and Lawyers, Diego Garcia Sayan, has warned the federal government that the suspension and replacement of the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Walter Onnoghen, is in contravention of international human rights standards on the independence of the judiciary and separation of powers. According to him, the said order upon which the suspension was based was issued ex parte, while the motion on notice on the same subject was adjourned the day before the issuing by the court. He added further that he is worried about the development of things in the judiciary and will continue to follow events. Residents of Masheke, Adigbe, and Obada Oko have lauded Ogun State government's initiative on the commencement of the rehabilitation of the roads in their area. The commendation came during a sensitization program in the area. Yusuf Ganiyu reports.
Towards ensuring the socio-economic growth of the people living along Masheke, Adigbe and Obadaoko areas of Ogun State, the Ogun State government will soon commence construction work on the road. To this end, a sensitization program for residents living along the axis has commenced to intimate them on new development. To the residents of the area, the commencement of the project is a welcome development.
Development is fine, it's interesting and lovely. But the government is trying. We thank God for him to remember us for starting this wonderful rehabilitation of this Adigbe road.
We face a lot of challenges, go slow, road up, and everything is there on the road. I'm very, very excited, very happy if government can do it for us.
The executive chairman of Oba Local Council Development Area, Honorable Abiola Asalulola, says the initiative will spring up the economic activities of the area.
It's a very strategic road that will create a lot of economic activities between the Abeokuta, the city capital, with the Eweko Road. And when you look at this road, it also connects from here. If you're going to Lagos, all you need to do is just, pass through here. Within a few minutes, you connect to Eweko Road that will link you to Lagos Express.
Residents of Masheke, Adigbe and Obadaoko, among others, appeal to the state government for speedy completion of the project. Yusuf Ganiyu, Ogtv News.
Science and gender equality are both vital for the achievement of the internationally agreed development goals, including the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. In spite of over 15 years' efforts made by global community towards inspiring and engaging women and girls in science, women and girls still continue to be excluded from participating fully in science. Kule Bikule's report x-rays this in this package.
The 11th of February every year is set aside for the celebration of International Day of Women and Girls in Science. This year's theme is Investment in Women and Girls in Science for Inclusive Green Growth. The UNESCO data from 2014 to 2016 shows that only around 30% of all female students select STEM-related fields in higher education. Globally, female students' enrollment is particularly low in ICT, 3%, natural science, mathematics and statistics, 5%, and in engineering, manufacturing and construction, 8%. A visit to some schools in Abeokuta Metropolis by Ogtv News crew reveals that Ogun State female students are not doing badly compared to their male counterpart.
Recently, last time, a particular set in African Church Grammar School, old student, gave awards. We have some girls that were highly outstanding, and even when they go out for competition, we have girls among them. Like the total population from SS1 to SS3, those in science classes, girls we have 460, and boys we have 469. So they are almost at par.
To the glory of God, girls have been doing well in sciences. Presently, we have in the senior class, we have 22 girls that are in the sciences, out of a total of 45 girls that we have in the senior school. 22 of them are offering sciences. And then compared to the boys, though, we have more boys in sciences. We have 29 boys offering sciences as against the 22 we have in girls.
Some female students speak about their love for science, just as parents were admonished to encourage their female child to show interest in science subjects.
My being in science class has really helped me. That really helped me a lot. Normally before, anytime I'm cooking in the kitchen, I always lock the doors and windows. But through science, with the help of chemistry, I've been able to know that I have to open all the windows in order to allow free flow of air.
Science has to do with things that our body, things, organisms around us. So since I've been in science class, it has helped me understand things I didn't know about before.
I chose science subjects because I had it in my mind ever since I was little that I wanted to become a pharmacist, and I'm working towards becoming a pharmacist by God's grace.
Principals of schools visited equally urged female students to be more friendly with their science teachers and show more interest in mathematics, as this will go a long way in making science subjects more interesting to them.
The Ogun State Teaching Service Commission has released the guidelines for the conduct of the year 2016-2017 promotion exercise recently approved by the State Governor Senator Bikunle Amosun. A statement signed by the chairman of the commission, Mrs. Olabosipo Ogunson, indicated that there will be 2 forms of examination for various categories of officers. The officers on grade levels 6 to 10 will take part in the computer-based test, CBT, while officers on grade levels 12 to 16 shall partake in written examinations. The computer-based test will take place on Wednesday, 13 February 2019, starting from 9 in the morning at Ogun Central Senatorial District, Moshood Abiola Polytechnic, Ojere Abeokuta. For Ogun West Senatorial District, the venue is Federal Polytechnic Ilaro, while the venue for Ogun East Senatorial District is Taisholari University of Education ICT Center. All candidates are expected to be at the designated centers by 8 in the morning. The written examination for officers on grade levels 12 to 16 will take place on Thursday, 14th February 2019 at 9 in the morning at various centers. The centers are Ogun Central, Lishabi Grammar School, Idiaba, Abeokuta, Ogun West Senatorial District, Yewa College, Ilaro, and Ogun East Senatorial District, Adiola Odutola College, Ijebu-Ode, and Remo Secondary School, Shagamu. According to the release, candidates from Udogbolu zone are to join their colleagues for the written examination at Remo Secondary School, Shagamu. The release adds that the oral interview will take place at each zone at 9 in the morning for grade levels 13 to 16, and inter-cadre transfer holds between Tuesday 5th March and Saturday 9th March 2019. Grade levels 0, 1 to 6 as well as levels 7 to 12 will hold oral interviews between Monday 25th March and Thursday 28th March 2019. All primary and secondary schools in Ogun State, both public and private, will proceed on 2 tiers of midterm holidays for the second term 2018-2019 academic session due to the forthcoming 2019 general elections. The presidential and National Assembly elections, which will come up on Saturday, 16th of February 2019, will have schools go on vacation from Friday, 15th February to 18th February 2019, while the gubernatorial and state houses of assembly elections, which will come up on Saturday, 2nd March 2019, will have schools on vacation from Friday, 1st March to Monday, 4th March 2019. In a statement signed by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, Alhaji Shefiu Rashid, schools are to resume for academic activities on Tuesday, 19th of February and Tuesday, 5th of March 2019, respectively. Parents and guardians are urged to properly monitor their wards during the holidays.